The weather is getting better. It's warm, it's sunny, it's light at 7 in the morning, still light at 6 in the evening. There's good news from the government on the route out of lockdown. Hope is again on the agenda. Does this mean there will be no more cold and wet? Of course not. This is Britain. Give it 2 weeks and we could be back into cold and wet. Does it mean it will now be plain sailing out of COVID and back to normality? Highly unlikely. There will be difficult times ahead. But we should be people of hope. That's not the same as naive optimists who simply ignore the uncomfortable. But we should certainly avoid being committed pessimists who talk everything down and fail to see the good that stares us in the face. Some words from the prophet Isaiah. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Those who place their hope in God are on a much better footing than those who trust in governments, the stock market, scientists. Placing our hope in God does not mean we expect there to be no suffering in the world. It does not mean that we expect no personal difficulties. It does, however, give us an understanding that as God unfolds the story of his creation, and part of that is the story of our own lives which we co-author with him, as we live out our story, we do so knowing that we are made in the image of God, loved by God, given gifts and abilities and opportunities to use those gifts and abilities. Placing our hope in God enables us to have a sense of meaning and purpose as we play our part, confident that the tiny jigsaw pieces of our actions is a contribution to a vast picture that we cannot see, unfolded throughout the world over millennia. That hope in God can enable us to live each day with a confidence that our lives are worthwhile, and see and be thankful for whatever good we experience, no matter how small.